Hey there YouTube, King of the Sage here with you once again, although today you may be seeing me for the first time coming to you from the GodlessKitchen channel. I'm not really going to spend a lot of time on a drawn out intro. We're going to be cooking sautéed mushrooms today, so I hope you enjoy. Alright, so this recipe calls for a pound of baby portabella mushrooms. These little crates here that I bought are 6 ounces each, so I'm using 3 of them for a little more than a pound. So you just want to go ahead and cut them up into halves, and that obviously doesn't take very long, so just go ahead and begin by doing that. Next you're going to want to go ahead and cut up a single yellow onion. The recipe calls for half a cup of yellow onion. I just go with a single yellow onion. You can do it any old way you want. You're going to want to go for a somewhat finer chop maybe. I just go ahead and that's nice. Cut them off. I run them under water to reduce the tear factor. Personally, once I've cut them in half, I go ahead and cut them into eighths. You can do it however you want. The next ingredient is going to be half a cup of green onion. You can use a little more of that, the lighter part than I did. I'm not sure exactly why I cut off so much of it. But just go ahead and cut off the parts you don't want, then cut off the parts you do want into maybe 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch segments there, just like I'm doing. And the next part that you're going to want to prepare is the garlic. Now the recipe calls for 2 large cloves of garlic. I'm using 4 here, part because I don't know if my garlic can really be called large, and second because I just really like garlic. So just go ahead and cut that up. Now you're going to want to prepare your pan. That's going to be done with a little bit of olive oil, and you're going to want to put it at medium-high heat for the sauté of the mushrooms, sorry. So just go ahead and add the mushrooms and start sautéing them. Just stir them pretty frequently so they don't stick to the pan or anything. And over time you'll see the water evaporate out of them and they will turn much more brown. This takes, I usually do it for about 10 minutes. You do have to do this for, I think, a little bit longer than your intuition is going to be telling you to, but you want to give them a good amount of time, so I give them 10 minutes here. Once that's done, you can go ahead and remove them to a separate bowl, as I'm doing here. Don't be intimidated by this, by the way, if you aren't a good cook. It's pretty difficult to mess up something like this if you just stir them around in a medium-high heated pan. So next, go ahead and add the rest of your vegetables. As you can see, I messed up the editing there, so we'll just chalk that up to a glitch in the matrix. You're going to want to reduce the heat to about medium, or maybe a little bit lower even. Well, I guess medium's alright. And just stir those around for about 2 minutes, thereabouts, just until the onions start to turn translucent around the edges. You'll be able to tell that this would not be cooked for as long as the mushrooms did. Now at this point you're going to want to add a single teaspoon of liquid smoke. I'm actually a vegan YouTube, so that's why I'm using liquid smoke. If you want, you could use 1/3 of a cup of smoked ham if you aren't a vegan. Liquid smoke is available near the barbecue sauce in any supermarket. So just go ahead and add that in and give it a little bit of a stir. Then add in the mushrooms back into the mixture and stir that up. I don't know if mixture is the right word. Back into the dish in progress and give that a stir. So the next thing we're going to be doing is adding in about half a cup of beer. I'm using Sam Adams Winter Lager because I'm an American, damn it, and I only cook with beer named after patriots. But just add in half a cup of that, and give that a stir. So we're going to cover this now, YouTube. Reduce the heat so it'll simmer. Cover that. I'm using a pizza pan here, but you may have some fancy frying pan cover. I don't know. We're going to cook this for about 20 minutes. Check it, as I'm doing here, once in a while, every few minutes, to make sure that it doesn't burn. Just stir it around, make sure it doesn't burn. If you see that it's drying out one, you've probably got the heat up too high, but two, you can add more of the beer if you need to keep it from drying out. 20 minutes later, after checking many times, you'll see that it's turned into something a lot more like this. It's substantially darker. You can just go ahead and remove that to a bowl or some plate. I was cooking this for myself for lunch, so I didn't really get into any fancy plating. This is why I'm just putting it into a bowl, but I guess if you want, you could use it as a side dish for some other, some other meal or what have you. I'll leave the fancy stuff to you. There you can see the finished product. It's very nice. I know it's kind of customary, YouTube, to try this on camera, but I won't demean myself in such a fashion. I hope you enjoy. Thank you.